Those idiots at RKO wouldn't even give me a screen test. Selznick looked me in the eye and said he already had a dozen girls like me. Wondered why I wanted to be a movie star when I had a rich husband to take care of me. I told him that was the whole point of marrying the fat pig in the first place. Edgar is having another one of his degenerate parties tonight. I caught him in the bedroom laying out his black robe in that ridiculous goat mask he got from the prop department. He and his friends like to pretend they're such devils, dressing up and spouting mumbo-jumbo out in the garden at midnight. Every so often they pay one of the call girls a little extra to be their sacrifice. I'd tell them all what fools they are, but half of them work for the studios, and the rest are some of the most powerful men in the city. If Edgar can't make me a star, maybe one of them will. There was someone new at the party last night. A dark, handsome man with a strange accent. I took him for a European. Maybe one of Lugosi's Hungarian friends. He didn't seem all that interested in the festivities. Didn't drink or even take much notice of the girls. When the robes came out and the warlocks headed out into the garden, he seemed more amused than anything else. Somehow, we ended up out on the veranda, sharing a smoke and listening to the drunken chants echo across the hills. I finally learned his name. Victor. At some point in the conversation, I asked him what he thought about black magic. I suppose I was trying to shock him, or maybe it was just the djinn talking. He said that people took such things seriously where he came from. There were all sorts of stories about those who sold their soul in exchange for wealth, power, and fame. I laughed in his face, told him I didn't believe a word. He said it didn't matter what I believed, only what I wanted, and what I was willing to do in order to get it. I had my first screen test today. MGM called, out of the blue, and asked me to come read for a part opposite James Cagney. I barely remember how it went. I think I stumbled over most of my lines, but no one cared. They loved me. Every single person on that lot hung on my every word. It all happened just as Victor said it would. I've learnt so much over the last few months. I didn't want to believe at first, but Victor has shown me time and again. At every moment of every day, we are surrounded by hidden forces beyond our darkest dreams. They watch, and they listen. And if we call to them with the proper words at the proper times, they will respond. And if we give them the gifts they crave, they offer gifts in return. Victor has shown me the ritual. I know all the words by heart. All we need is a sacrifice. None of Edgar's tramps will do. But the maid has a daughter that might do nicely. The feel of the knife in my hand. The words of the ritual echoing across the ballroom. The crash of thunder and the screams of the sacrifice. It's been a month, but every detail is still etched in my mind, as though it happened only last night. I called, and Malak answered. He listened to my plea and tried to bargain with me as Victor said he would. There I was, knife in hand, dickering with a demon, while a girl's blood soaked into my slippers. Finally we came to an arrangement. 7 years and a day. After that, my soul was forfeit. I told him he was welcome to it. The phone hasn't stopped ringing since. Every studio wants me. I've entertained movie stars, politicians, and industrialists. Edgar doesn't know what to make of it, and I don't much care. I've got what I want. I don't need him anymore. Victor has disappeared. The day after the ritual, he emptied out his apartment and left. No one knows where he's gone. Selznick wants me in his next picture. Says he'll give me anything. I told him I won't get out of bed for less than $5 million, and if he wants me on set, he'll get Bogart to star with me. I don't care if he's under contract with MGM or not. The little toad turned such a lovely shade of purple. He'll give me what I want, though. They always do. Edgar finally died last night. It took 6 long months, and I don't know how much arsenic. Rat poison would have been quicker, but the police might have noticed. I'm almost tempted to let them arrest me anyway, just to see what would happen. I'd have judge and jury eating out of my hand before the day was out. The reporters would have a field day. Finally, a breakthrough in the search. There are rumours of a ring called the Riddle of Heaven, somewhere in China or possibly Tibet. It could be the answer I've been looking for. All I have to do is find it. Edgar's considerable fortune should help.